The question is, tell me about the locker room, bro. The locker room, because this is the part that nobody. So we don't film. Normally you never see one on locker room. All right,
Yeah.
like you just start seeing stuff every now and then. But that's some bullshit. All right, like, that's like you don't film what's going on locker room. Bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one thing we don't film. Tell me about the locker room tension, because everybody is alphas and everybody's like, what up? So tell me the locker room tension. How was that surviving in that situation?
I could say like the first in the season, I saw over probably 10 fights. Over 10 fights. And it don't matter what it was about. It don't matter like it's 10 fights in the locker room. Hey, what? Just go to the locker room. Right now. And it's different. Because it's like the coach, I mean, it's not no coaches, you know what I mean? They not regulating the locker room. The players are regulating the locker room. Exactly. And that's what happened. But he got whooped, went to practice, act like nothing happened. They, shook it off, teammates, whatever. But that's how the point got across. And so that right there, if you a guy who can't adapt in that environment or learn to stay out the way, you just not gonna make it. It'll scare you away from football. You're not gonna want to play.
But see, that's why I said,
and that don't got nothing to do with football.
Bro, I know, but that's why I said, I said, kids get bullied into the portal. People got mad at me, like, "Oh, you crazy?" I said, "Man, fights happen all the time." I was in UK. I got into 2 fights, and I'm not a fighter. You know what I'm saying? I can fight, but I'm not a fighter though. But I'm saying, so at JUCO, I know it's fights damn near every week, man. I know it. I know, because you got dudes trying to get out of this. So tell me about what about the meal plans there?
Meal plans. It was bare minimum. At the first JUCO, it was a little better. Second one, it was horrible. But it was down south, so they cared.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They may not have had the resources, but they did the best they could. And at the end of the day, you got as much as you could, took it back to the room, cookies. As far as food, if the calf wasn't hitting on nothing, we would put in money, call our parents, hey, you got 5? Let's go get some Rotel. Damn. Walk to the damn Dollar General to get stuff to make Rotel in the room.
Damn.
Like, it was like that. You know what I mean? Nobody had cars because we all out of staters. Everybody on the team went home with their folks.
That's right.
So it's 6 of us on a big ass campus with no car and no money. You know what I mean?
Now, was y'all in dorms?
It was like a motel style.
How many people was in your dorm, in your room?
2.
2. Oh,
so
that's better, because sometimes in Cali they got 6 people in a 2-bedroom apartment. You know that. So weight training program. How the weight training program was there?
With this, it was the opposite. First school, it was good. Second school, it was shit. We had to break into the locker room. Like, that Mississippi JUCO, like, that's that real JUCO shit that people be talking about. Like, the stories you hear, like, that's where that happened at. So yeah, like, we'll break into the weight room. Once again, on the weekends, everybody go home with their family. Me, Taj, Quentin, we'll go break into the weight room so we could lift. We'll tell the coach, like, hey, coach, we in the weight room. We ain't got no key, so you got to pop the door, but we in the weight room. Doing abs. Like, I got all the videos in my phone of the JUCO workouts where we really just getting it. And we ain't no weight plan. We just working.
Oh, wow.
We just working, going in there.
So y'all didn't have like the protein shakes after the workout, the little
protein shakes.
I'm just saying,
God strike me if I'm lying. I stole peanut butter and bread from the dollar store so we could, you know what I mean? So we could be straight. Like, we would take trips to go to the dollar store. Sometimes it was so bad that we would have to swipe some bread and some peanut butter and some honey so we could, be straight. Because them nights got long. That calf closed at 6, at 5, and if they had some bullshit, it never was an option. You know what I mean? And so it just was what it was. I had roommates who ate chips for dinner.
Okay, so how did that experience change your mindset though? Like what did that do to you as a person, as your mind? Like, okay, like what were you thinking? Like, dog, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah. I could say this though, the relationships I built with them boys was so thorough because they was dogs too. And so now we gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Like, it's literally we gotta all go D1.
Wow.
And that's for the most part, that's what happened. But then you look at it from this perspective. I came from Troy. You know what I mean? And it's not the Troy it is now as far as amenities, whatever. But it was D1.
Yeah.
And so that compared to JUCO, oh my gosh, it's night and day. But I remember what that felt like. So I know, okay, if these bigger schools are in here, I know I'm finna turn up. I had something to look forward to.
So how'd you get out of JUCO so fast then? Like what did you do?
Stayed on top of grades. I got there early. I had transitioned literally after that first semester was over at the first JUCO, went to the second one, locked in, and then took 2 classes during the summer to graduate. Cause my grades weren't horrible. Like it wasn't that I was ineligible.
Yeah.
I was on the cusp.
Yeah.
But I came back. When I tell you I locked in academically. And then as far as film, I was just.
But how'd you get out there? Like how'd you get out of JUCO? Like how'd you go to? Cause you went to
Bowling Green.
Yeah, but how'd you get? How that happened? What happened? Cause you ain't had no film though.
I had every time I transferred, I had practice tape.
So you ain't even played?
No, I never played. I played 1 game in JUCO. I got hurt at NEO. I got hurt. The game, it was third game of the season, 3rd week, going into week 3. I got hurt, out for the season.
So how'd you get a scholarship from Bowling Green with practice film, man?
Dogging niggas in JUCO. I got the film. I'll send it to you. You could clip it, whatever. But
we're gonna put it on,
throwing them out of bounds.
We gonna show the film on here.
Like it's like really,
so they offered you a practice film.
really just aggressive. Like
they offered you on practice film.
And I told you I was hurt.
Yeah.
So it was something that it's like, damn, like Coach, like I promise you, I got more in the tank. I'm hurt. I can't even run for real. And he, the tape was that, and it was a lot of it. Because you look at they look at JUCO, they look at the competition. Yeah, it's dogs, but everybody's not a dog, right. And you ain't got no game film. So now it's really off of potential. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, I locked in academically. They went ahead, pulled the trigger, and it was the same situation. It was one other school that was talking early, but I had asked my coach. I said, Coach, what should I do? He said, man, that's the only school that done offered you so far. Commit.
Right. All right, man, I'm going to end on that note right there, y'all. I know y'all, listen, I know y'all like, I want to hear some more. Man. It is coming, man. It's coming. I promise you, it is coming, man, because this is like the second part, because it's like 2 more parts of the story that we going to hear, man. Hey, guys, this show is brought to you by Patchwork Studio. We here right now, y'all. #1 studio in the country. Everybody you can name has been here, dog. I'm telling you, from Tupac to Biggie to Meg Thee Stallion to Travis Scott, Mariah Carey, John Legend. They've all been to the studio, man. Beyonce was right back there performing her hits. I'm telling y'all, man. Lil Wayne, Birdman, everybody's been here. Ludacris, T.I., man. Patchwork Studio, guys. I love the studio. That's what we here. Hey, this is a Tatum Talk show, man. Here we go again, y'all. Good is the enemy of great. Here we go, man. At halftime, man. I told y'all this is going to be a good one, man. This is Tatum Talk show, man, where good is the enemy of great. Guys, I'm back here, man, with Jai Nunn-Liddell, man. This story is getting better and better. We about halftime for the show because it's getting deeper and deeper, man. So Jai Nunn-Liddell, man, now you at Bowling Green. You made it through Troy. You made it through 2 JUCOs, made it through the gauntlet. You got an offer off of practice film. You never played in listen, y'all. I've never
at Troy too.
I've never heard a guy getting an offer to a D1 school, been out of school for 3 years, and with no film. Like he had practice film and he got an offer from Bowling Green. So tell me what happened. Tell me how you end up still graduating on the dean's list. Talk to me about that, man.
So Bowling Green offers, I commit, I get there. Long story short, that staff left. Like the staff that recruited me, head coach, Coach Jinx, he ended up getting up out of there. But once again, I failed a drug test.
You still smoking weed, bro? I mean, I thought you started smoking weed by then, man.
And it's crazy. I went there without smoking. One time I decided to smoke, they decided to drug test.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
So you got a new staff. So
this is right before Coach Jinx left. Actually, it was right before he left.
But it's on your record already, though. Like it's in your file.
It's in the system.
Yeah,
it's amongst the staff.
Yeah. So this new staff come in, and they like,
and some of the old coaches still there.
Yeah. So they like, oh, this kid failed a drug test.
Yep.
So like now the new staff come in already they thinking you're a bad kid already, even though you may not be. And man, it's just but they think he a bad kid. So what happened after that then?
So from there, the coach I could honestly say he started to treat me like shit. So here's what he did. Here's what he did. He made me do either 4 or 6 weeks straight where I had to wake up every single morning at 4 a.m. and be at the stadium at 5. Now keep in mind, no car, so I gotta ride my bike. Cool. But that's what it was now. I'm in Bowling Green, Ohio. It's cold as hell.
Yeah, cold. It's cold there.
One of the days, I'll never forget, one of the days a couple that I had to ride over there, school was canceled because homeless people was freezing outside. Like, that's how cold it was. I'm riding my bike over there, cool. But I did it with no complaints. Every week. So however many weeks he made me do, I did it. Didn't miss a day, never was late. I'm thinking I'm good. I'm thinking, okay, I done earned it. He said, show me you want to be here. Shit, I did it. I showed you. And I'm still here. And I'm, oh my God, practice film. I'm like, I was doing it.
Yeah.
Fast forward, he tells me in front of, at practice, after I done bust my ass like 4 plays in a row, made the play, first guy down the field, all of that. He said, you'll never touch the field here. That's what my coach say, head coach.
Why do you say that?
That's what he said. He said you'll never touch the field here.
So
couple guys heard him and they like, damn, Jai, like what you know what I mean? Like what you do? I'm like, bro, I don't fucking know. But it was like it was that moment. I knew like, yeah, fuck this humble shit. I'm finna get the fuck on. Like I done did it before, I'll do it again. I'll lead this bitch. And so it got to the point to where it was like that. That whole experience at Bowling Green really it really separated me from football.
What you mean? What you mean separated you? Like
it separated me because I ended up quitting. So I quit.
You on scholarship?
I'm on scholarship.
But you graduated though, right? Like
yeah,
okay,
graduated.
So ride that. So hold on. How'd you graduate? Because I know, I'm saying like, how'd you graduate when you done been at this school and these two schools?
God good, right?
I was like seriously,
God good, right?
For real. So how'd you graduate?
So the coach.
On the dean's list.
So check this. The coach, he have a meeting with me and 2 other guys, right? Long story short, he done had us come in there one by one. He done met with us. He told us all the same shit. He told every single one of us the same shit. So now I figure, okay, he trying to get us the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, for sure.
That's it. New coach is 5 different recruiting classes on one team. So let's keep that in mind. He's trying to clear house.
Yeah.
Instead of me, once again, jump ship. Now it could have been a good jump ship this time. At Troy, I shouldn't have jumped ship. The coaches had my best interest. I knew it. I just wanted to buck and do it my way.
Right.
Here, I couldn't say the coaches had my best interest. And so after he said that, I did my time. You didn't let me play, whatever. Whatever. I had a meeting with him, and I told him I want to transfer. I said, yeah, I don't want to play here.
Hold on. You want to transfer, but did you have a home?
What you mean?
Meaning like
did I have somewhere to go?
Yeah.
Nah.
So what
Nah.
What you gonna transfer
Because
for?
here's the thing. I was quitting regardless. Like I already made up in my mind I'm quitting. The team doctor had to prescribe me antidepressants and some more shit. Like that experience was horrible.
Hold on. Antidepressants.
Antidepressants.
How long were you on those pills for?
Until I probably about a year after I left BG.
You was a year on some antidepressants, but you're not a depressed kid.
But that's the thing, like the energy in that building was so crazy, like it made me not want to play ball. So I met with the lady. I remember her name was Liz. I say, look, Liz, I appreciate everything you've done. I don't want to be here. I don't want to play for these coaches. And she said, well, if you leave, you're gonna forfeit your scholarship. Yeah. I said, I don't care.
Was that you talking or was them?
No, that was me talking. That was me.
Okay.
Like I don't want to be here because I'm on pills right now. Like this shit led to this. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So now
who did you talk to, bro? Who did you tell your mother this? Because you ain't tell me that. Because I know you told me that out of like what did your mom know this though?
She found out like on the back end of everything after it transpired. I had to put her in the loop because once again I tried to handle everything myself. And so she finds out when the shit hits the fan. And so now I say, I don't want the scholarship. I'll forfeit it. What do? Start selling weed. Start driving Uber. That's my plan. I say I'll pay for the rest of this school by selling weed and driving Uber. I can get next semester's whatever the tuition was, and I'll still graduate debt free. Whatever the case. That was my sound plan in my brain. Like I'll tell it to anybody. That's what the plan was. I'm finna sell weed and drive Uber to pay for school so that I can graduate, enter the transfer portal, and get on. But the thing was, I had to graduate, right? I was a fashion major, so I had to switch my major because other schools don't have that program. Yeah. So now I got to switch to some bullshit major, finish it. COVID happened. And now let's that's when we fast forward. Yeah. Boom. So now I'm not on the team. I'm selling weed and driving Uber, thinking that I'm finna have to pay, for that next. Fast forward, the coach or the fuck that. I end up getting arrested during COVID for selling weed. Like they came arrested me. Yep, that's
in
what
Ohio?
happened. Yeah, in Ohio. Not on the team. Right before COVID, nobody on campus. I'm getting ready to leave, go to my grandma. My grandma. I'm getting ready to leave, go to my girlfriend's house. COVID just happened, so you remember what the world was like.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And imagine that going on, and you come home and hey, you Jai Nunn-Liddell. And on top of that, my grandma's literally on her deathbed. Never forget it. Grades was okay, but it's like, okay, I knew I got to tighten up because I want to play ball, just not here. And I know I got to graduate to do so. So now it's about finishing school online because everything went remote. Yeah. So like I say, the stuff happened with the weed, but since it was COVID, they kind of was a little lenient. It was a big deal, but they just prolonged it. And so now
they didn't give you a felony then. They didn't give you a felony.
Shit. It was four felonies.
How many did they give you?
0. When it was all said and done, 0. But that's the thing.
God is good, bro.
It was a process.
God is good, bro. Because bro.
I would have been done.
You'd have been done.
There's no more.
4 felonies in Ohio. I'm from Cleveland. Right? That's just a wrap. God is good, bro. God got his hands on you, man. For real. Seriously. Like there's no way you go through all this, fail a drug test, come back selling weed, get caught selling weed in Ohio, and then you don't go to jail, and you get 4 felonies, and they drop all 4 of them. So you knew at that moment, what are you thinking? When you went through all that, like, what are you thinking?
So check this. I end up finding out that what was the guy? I forget his. I think it was the vice provost of the school. But someone who in the administrative position. They end up investigating or looking into the matter at Bowling Green and the coaching deal. And after all that shit, they said, we're going to honor your scholarship.
What? Bro, man.
They said you could finish school. You don't have to do anything related to football, but you're going to stay on full scholarship. Man. So stipend, meal plan, housing, you're on full scholarship.
You got a rabbit's foot or something on you, bro. Like your grandmother must have left something when she left. Seriously.
Bro, God is real.
Seriously. Because there's no way you go through all that, still get on scholarship, and the felonies dropped.
Yeah.
Like this, that's
and so the felonies, they get dropped. So check this. Now you got Kentucky State, right? Because I graduate from Bowling Green, undergrad. Then I grad transfer to Kentucky State to start my master's. Get there, they want me to play both ways. I'm looking at the talent. I'm like, oh, this finna be easy money. I'm finna hit the league.
Yeah.
COVID is running rampant in Kentucky. We don't have a season, or our season is delayed.
I remember you telling me about that.
I learned about stocks during this period.
Yeah.
Told my roommate, I say, bro, if I go home during this period, because they let us go home for the break, and they say, season, we'll let you know how I go, whatever, when you report. I said, if I go home and I just make some money doing this stocks, I'm not coming back. And in my brain, I thought I was ready for the NFL.
Yeah.
Like in my brain, just came from Bowling Green, was still fresh, 447, like, come on, I'm ready to go. Go home, that happens, season gets canceled, I don't return, and then that's when it's time for the court and all that stuff to kick in.
Yeah.
So now I'm in a situation where I gotta get that stuff handled to go to school, to do anything. And so at this point, I'm just working. I'm working a regular job, living with my mom, and that's it. And like, it wasn't no football no more. It's just it had kind of faded away because it's like I got to get this legal stuff handled. Can't talk to nobody till till I'm good. Fast forward, I decide to say, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go to the league right now. Like, I'm finna just fuck it. I'm gonna find me an agent. I was told you I was Googling guys. I'm Googling guys who got the craziest stories in the NFL, like the craziest. If they could do it, I could do it too. And so from there, go to a couple combines, this, that, the third. Fast forward, Hakeem, you know Hakeem because you train Hakeem. Yeah. He told me, he said, hey bro, if you got another year of eligibility and you want to go to the league, like, go back to school, bro. Damn. Like, he said, bro, you ain't nothing you doing right now can compare to a year of college tape, right. Period, bottom line. And so, long story short, that's what I did.
Yeah, but you were you on scholarship when you went back though?
So yeah, that's the thing too. The first time they was funny with the money. Yeah. And so that's what made me say, yeah, I ain't coming back unless scholarship is here. Yeah. And that. And so that was that. 2 years later now. Two years later.
2 years later.
Like, this is 2 years later of me trying to figure it out, working it, working, paying off my court fees. I got a super speeder during this time. Like, it's just, I'm trying to get right.
I remember you called me up and you're like, man, can I help you out? I'm like, bro, you ain't got no film.
You ain't got shit. I'm selling a dream.
I'm like, John, I can't. Like, bro, I know you got the size and speed. I said, John, you ain't got no film, bro. What can I tell a coach, bro? He's 6'2 and a half, 6'3", but he ain't got no film. He run a 4.4 and he failed some drug tests. Like, John, I want to help you, man.
But like, yeah. And so that's it. So 2 years later, go back to Kentucky State. They have a scholarship for me, full scholarship, and the rest was literally history. Had a hell of a season. Ended up being selected to play in the HBCU Legacy Bowl, and that was the game that really set it off. Yep. Like, and by this point, as far as like my behavior, I'm not getting in trouble. Like, my record's clean, my license up to date. Every phone bill paid early. Like, I'm doing everything right. Seatbelt, click it, ticket, everything right. So now it is no wrong. Fully locked in. And I started to take action. I knew I was gonna need an agent. Yeah. You know what I mean? So on my whiteboard at home, I got will play in the NFL, but I also got daily dues. One of those daily dues was called 5 agents, 10 agents, whether it's a guy, know a guy, meet a guy, whatever. So I ended up meeting a guy. And that's what it one thing led to another. Next thing you know, I played good. Teams started interviewing me. Ravens, Raiders.
You was in camp though, right?
Yeah. So I went to camp with the Ravens. Man, they had so many DBs. Like, they had just drafted a kid, and that's when I started to see, like, that was the first.
When they had was it Marlon Humphrey they drafted that year?
No, they had Caillou.
Caillou, okay.
Yeah, they had drafted Caillou. Okay. And me and bro really like same size, so it's like,
oh yeah.
We don't need you. Like, we don't need you. Like,
business. It's just business, bro.
And so that was, and that's something else too.
Did he wind up playing? Did he play? I don't think he did. He play?
No, he ended up leaving. I want to say he with the Commanders now.
Okay.
I think he with the Commanders, but it just showed me, like, it showed me the business side of it. It showed me, like, when they say know what to do, when they say be prepared, when they say control what you can control, like, that stuff is not cliche. You are there to do a job, right? When they tell you to, when it's time for you to be on the field, you need to know what to do. And at the end of the day, whatever happens, happens. You just got to be able to say, yeah, I did my job. And that was the thing that I had to realize, is that, okay, I need to spend a little more time in the playbook. I need to spend a little more time watching film, because even though I played growing up, I didn't play Madden. I didn't watch ball. Like, it was so my IQ was all, like, I'm athletically there, but I wasn't all the way there. And so now, finishing up rookie season, like, man, I learned so much. Like, I'm a whole nother player just off of what I learned here. Because now this could catch up with this.
Right.
And I
remember you told me that, man. You was like, man, I got to get in the playbook more. Yeah. I don't know. So what, but how'd you get to Houston, though?
This the thing. Ravens, Raiders, I was supposed to go to camp for the Raiders. Did the interview on Zoom with the staff. They asking me X's and O's. You know, they were pleased with everything. Wanted to bring me in. The GM didn't get a green light for whatever reason. I don't know. No one ever spoke of it. Agent didn't know. Just GM didn't get a green light. That scout, he told me about basically his dad was my coach, was the coach for the Roughnecks. And so he passed my film on to
now, who was Roughnecks?
Houston Roughnecks.
Some people don't know who that is.
Yeah, so in the UFL, that's one of the teams, the Houston Roughnecks. And so, you know, Coach Maxey, he was a coach there, and you know, the merger happened. A couple other teams were looking at me, but everything just kind of, once again, God just kind of laid his hand on everything, and it just worked out. But made it through the season, you know. It's the same. It doesn't change from college. It doesn't change from high school. It's do your job. You know, be a good person. You know what I mean? Yeah. Do the right things. Right. Make good decisions. Make good choices. When no one's around. And it's more emphasis when no one's around when you get older into that pro level. You know what I mean? And so that's pretty much what it was. And as far as transitioning to Houston, or let's even say as far as transitioning to Houston, training camp. I thought when I signed the contract, I thought something was gonna happen.
Oh, you thought it was it, but you forgot.
Not it.
But
I just thought I was, because you gotta keep my house fucked up. Like I was zero.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, you had no money.
Whatever I made today is what I had today.
Damn.
So I'm thinking like the joy that comes, it's like, damn, I've been working with nothing this whole time, and now I finally get a contract. GM called me, hey, yeah, look, we want you. We're gonna send over to everything. He sent it. Bam. I was at the gym when I signed it. Fast forward though, no nothing, payment, nothing. You still got to make the damn team. I'm like, what? I knew you had to make the team, but I'm like, shit. Well, what I'm signing the contract for? Like, let me sign the contract when I make the team. And so I was so broke. I just thought something was gonna come from signing the contract. But it gave me something to look forward to when you see what that pay gonna be. You know, and so now moving forward, it was, okay, I need to be ready when I touch down. I need to be in shape. I need to make sure I'm, you know, sharp on the playbook, et cetera, et cetera. I get down there, conditioning test easy. Like all that stuff was smooth. It just was about making the team. It was, put it this way, first wave of cuts, I packed my whole locker, packed all my shit, and took it with me. Because I ain't know, just in case.
How you make the team, though, when they had veterans already there in front of you, though? How'd you make the team?
That dog, work ethic, potential, consistency, even on things I need to work on. You know what I mean? So if it's something I need to work on, I'm working on that shit every day. Right, and I'm showing improvement every day. You know what I mean? And so that was the biggest thing, because I would ask the coaches, why am I here if I'm not playing right now?
Right.
And he was just honest. You know, man, you ain't played ball in a year, 2 years, whatever. You know, rookie season, you learning, like, and what I didn't realize first going in, because I didn't watch ball, I didn't realize it was real vets around me. You know what I mean? Like, obviously Reuben Foster, he went to school with my cousin, but so that I knew about Rube, but like Corn Elder, he was with the Panthers. You know what I mean? So it's like he played with Luke.
So you got NFL vets around.
Yeah, like NFL vets, to the point to where it's like I'm really so Jimmy Moreland. You know what I mean? Right. Kobe Richardson.
Right.
Donald Rutledge. Like, they really pouring into me. Like, on some, it's not a belittling. We all on the same team. Hey, no, look, next time just take this angle and you'll be good. That it was good. Just do this. And so, put it this way. D Funts, he told me this going down there. Devin Funts. He said when you get down there, you need to be a sponge.
Yeah.
And so that's the only thing I went down there with the mentality of. I didn't go down there with the, and it could have been off. I didn't go down there with the mentality of, I'm trying to be the best out here. I went out there with the mentality of, I'm trying to get better every single day and become the best version of myself.
Right.
I won't even say that.
So let me ask you a question. What would you say to an 18-year-old Jai Nunn-Liddell? Like, give me two things that you would say to yourself that possibly could change things or change your outlook.
I mean, really, that's a question I think about for myself.
Yeah. What would you say to 18-year-old Jai?
God, the honest answer is just do what's right. That's it. Like for me, it would be that simple, and now it's on 18-year-old me to listen or not, which 18-year-old me probably wouldn't have listened. Which goes to say, sometimes you gotta go through it. Like, man, because now, like, the decisions I was making, man, never again. Once I realized, like, football would take care of you as long as you take care of it. That's something DC told me this past season. Football will take care of you as long as you take care of it. And really that's the same for everything in life. You know what I mean?
Damn, man. Listen, guys, this is an explosive show, man. We got to bring Jai back, man. I got to end on that note, man. This is, I just feel blessed, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, man. I feel blessed that I saw a young man, a boy, literally a boy, become a man. And I'm so happy to see him after going through his trials and tribulations to be a man and accepting his responsibilities and understand that, man. I never forget, man. I had a coach. He told me this one thing, and I hated this coach. I ain't say hate it. I didn't like the coach. But he said, man, a man is this right here, Derek. Let me tell you, a man does what he's supposed to do, when he's supposed to do it, and if he don't do it, he's full responsibility for his actions. So I live by that statement. My son lived by that statement. He said, I don't care how old you are. A man does what he's supposed to do when he's supposed to do it, and if he don't do it, he's full responsibility for his actions. He said, so you can be 40 years old and still be a boy.
Yeah.
Because so like now me seeing you become a man, I'm so proud. You know, my next thing, I'm like, when you gonna get married? You know what I'm saying? I know you're still young though.
Look, I'm trying to make a team,
you know what I'm saying?
Now.
But you gotta marry the right person, man. And I think that's what kind of helped me through my whole journey. Is I met a woman when I was 23.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm 44 now. Damn, woo, I'll be 44. Sheesh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I met the right one though, so it allowed me to transition to a different person. I'm a different person than I was 10 years ago, even 20 years ago, and she's the reason for that. So, man, guys, man, this is it, man. The Tatum Talk Show, man. Where good is the enemy of greats. Love y'all, man. We gonna have Jai come back on, man. We get with y'all, man. We see y'all next week.